Not that long ago, in an English classroom far, far away, an unnamed boy walked in. This boy was told that he would have to write nearly 40 essays that year, so he began to write. And this boy realized that there were ways to get things done, ways to complete his essays fast, ways to write better ones. So he sent it to me, and I was like, yeah man, I'll totally show my English class it's actually not that far away all this cool stuff. And then, well, then is right now, the present. So pay attention, you slackers. The top 10 ways to succeed in English. Number 1. Have a special place to write. Having a special place to write can really help you when you're getting stuck. For instance, when I get stuck on a paper or an essay, I climb one of the trees in my front yard which, believe it or not, helps me concentrate. When I was writing my essay on how having a pet can help improve mental health, I was stuck at one point in the paper for almost a day, but sitting in my tree really helped me focus. It helped me because as I sat there, I watched my dog, Snickers, playing in the yard, and that's when I got my brainstorm. Number 2. Make a good outline. Outlines are possibly the best way to begin brainstorming for an essay, and I try to use them whenever I can. The outline helps me to prepare the skeleton of the essay and understand where I want to go and what points I want to try and get across in the writing of it. An outline can also help you if you're not sure what you want to do with your essay. They are a great way to flesh out ideas. Number 3. You always need a good hook. A hook is something you can really snare your reader with if you do it right. I was pretty terrible with hooks at the beginning of the year, but I like to tell myself I'm improving. This year, I've used questions, statistics, and a brief anecdote, all as different types of hooks. Hooks and intros were also a major part of my deficiencies to efficiencies this year, and I tried to improve them all year long. Oh, look at that. Deficiency to efficiencies. A perfect segue into my next topic. Write that down, Mr. Picato. Number 4. Who would have guessed? Deficiencies to efficiencies. First, let me just say, Purdue helps. Yes, believe it or not, I've actually gotten some really helpful things out of Purdue OWL. In fact, it just about makes up my entire deficiencies to efficiencies section. In the beginning, I mostly filled it with things on my intros and conclusions and how to write better ones. But as the year moved on, I began to broaden my search of Purdue, and now I use it for every problem I have during my essays. It's the best site I've ever found for help with essays, from grammar to how to write a good conclusion. Number 5. Always revise. Revision can make or break a paper, but if you actually do it, it usually makes the paper. Revising can actually break a paper. But anyways, revising is a very important thing. Very. I use it on every single essay and it helps loads. Yeah. Go revising. Number 6. Have a favorite type of essay. My favorite type of essay is an argumentative one. Arguing one point over another, or comparing two solutions to a problem. That kind of thing. One of my favorite lines from one of my argumentative essays is, "This alone shows the wide rift between the arts of acting and lying, but there are other traits of each that further set them apart." This was for my essay on the differences between acting and lying, because several people I had asked thought they were very similar. I liked this line in particular because I thought it was a great transition from paragraph to paragraph. Having a favorite type of essay is way more helpful than I ever thought it would be, because it gave me something to fall back on when I really didn't want to do any research. Basically, unless you're perfect, it's very, very helpful to have a favorite type of essay. Number 7. Stay after for help. If your teacher offers extra help after school, and ours does, you should definitely take it if you think you're falling behind. Staying after the teacher can be very beneficial and can really help you to bring your grade up. It's a good idea to stay after even if you're not falling behind, because it's a great time to get a one-on-one experience with the teacher and a good time to learn of things you might be needing to do better in class. Number 8. Don't procrastinate. The portfolio is the worst time to procrastinate, ever, but it's also the most tempting time to procrastinate. I would know, because first quarter, I had a big problem with that. I put off all my essays thinking, oh, it's fine, I've got months to write these, and then, suddenly, I had a couple of days. Not fun. So don't procrastinate. Life lesson right there. So listen up. Don't procrastinate. Ever. At all. Never procrastinate. Number 9. Develop your own voice. Quite possibly the best thing you can do to develop your writing is to develop your writing's voice. Now I don't mean getting singing lessons, I mean writing in your own distinct way. I didn't do this so well at first, and each essay sounded like it was written by a robot. But by quarter 2, I was making progress, and soon each essay had a unique feel to it that I could safely call my own. And just for you, Mr. Mercado, finally, a cliche. Number 10. Believe in yourself. This is actually pretty important because if you don't believe in yourself, you will most likely fall flat on your face. So believe. Believe you can fly, or believe you can't fly, whatever doesn't sink your boat. And finally, I'd like to thank a few people.